The real religion of your favorite Hollywood stars is nothing like you imagined. Let's see. Nicole Kidman, the Australian actress, follows the Roman Catholic faith. Sandra Bullock, the Hollywood actress, is an atheist. Emma Stone, the American actress, follows the Lutheran faith. Reese Witherspoon, the American actress, follows the Anglican faith. Emily Blunt, the British actress, follows the Christian faith. Gal Gadot, the Israeli actress, follows the Jewish faith. Amy Adams, Hollywood's award-winning star, identifies as agnostic. Lupita Nyong'o, the Kenyan-Mexican actress, is agnostic. Elizabeth Olsen, the famous American actress, openly identifies as atheist. Brie Larson, the celebrated star, practices the Christian faith. Melissa Leo, the American actress, is an atheist. Jodie Foster, the Oscar-winning star, openly identifies as atheist. Joan Cusack, the celebrated star, practices the Catholic faith. Meg Ryan, the celebrated actress, belongs to the Roman Catholic religion. Tilda Swinton, Hollywood's unique star, identifies as agnostic. Jane Fonda, Hollywood's legendary star, is Christian. Monica Bellucci, the Italian actress, is agnostic. Julie Andrews, the British actress, follows the Christian faith. Camilla Bell, Hollywood's talented star, is Catholic. Kirsten Dunst, the award-winning star, practices the Lutheran faith. Sophia Loren, Hollywood's legendary star, is Roman Catholic. Cobie Smulders, Hollywood's famous star, is Jewish. Jessica Biel, the American actress, follows the Christian faith. Sienna Miller, the British-American actress, follows the Jewish faith. Kristen Bell, Hollywood's famous star, openly identifies as atheist. Eva Green, the award-winning star, is known to be atheist. Demi Moore, the American actress, follows the Jewish faith. Jessica Alba, the American actress, follows the Christian faith. Maggie Gyllenhaal, Hollywood's famous star, is Jewish. Kerry Washington, the American actress, is a born-again Christian. Frances McDormand follows the Disciples of Christ faith. Cara Delevingne, the British actress, has an unknown religion. Elisha Cuthbert, Hollywood's famous star, is Roman Catholic. Drew Barrymore, the American actress, follows the Jewish faith. Hilary Swank, the American actress, identifies with spirituality. Penelope Cruz, Hollywood's award-winning star, is Roman Catholic. Andie MacDowell, the American actress, follows the Christian faith. Whoopi Goldberg, the American actress, follows a multi-faith path. Gina Davis, the American actress, follows the Christian Catholic faith. Sigourney Weaver, the American actress, identifies as agnostic.